Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Esteemed Gentlemen podcast for Friday, July 2nd. Turn that sign on. We forgot that 2 weeks in
Twice.
a row. Around 2 weeks in a row.
2 days.
Two episodes
2 days,
in a row.
yeah.
2 episodes.
I'm your host, Coked Scott Cotters.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. That's coming. It's getting kind of coming soon.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
But yeah, I'm your host, Scott Labrie. Joe alongside me in the Flint Tropics shirt,
Yeah.
Uncle D-Bag, Tyler Sun.
Hello, everybody.
And we have all day Eric DeShane in the house,
Hello?
a.k.a. Nappy Boy.
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's the hottest day of the year, or was that the yesterday?
That was yesterday, technically. Yeah, yesterday was worse. Today wasn't too bad. It was a breeze, but it was still plenty hot.
Yeah.
I spent all day outside, and yeah, just tired. That's
I
all.
did also have a nap today when I got home
Yeah,
from work, so.
Everybody got to have naps.
yeah.
Yeah, well, you went to the lake. I didn't get to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I went to a splash park today.
Oh.
I went to one at
I went to West Cove.
West Cove, and pretty good there. Or?
Yeah, the water was actually really nice.
Mhm.
I was actually like okay with getting soaked because
Mhm.
the one in town in St. Paul is just like ice cold,
Yeah.
Oh.
like
That's right.
borderline freezing.
Yeah.
They have to circulate it so it doesn't freeze. It's so freaking cold. That's what it feels
Mhm.
like.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think from there it came right from the lake, so it's a lot more warmer than everything else like that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's just quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home. I'm just like, dropped Carly off at work at about 6 o'clock, and I'm just like laying in the truck. I roll my seat back while she was having a smoke. I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, my general vibe too. So it's like I just want to lie down for a little while, just a little nappy poo. That's all.
The heat just puts me right out, man.
Yeah,
I can't
it's-
handle
yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Same.
I can't do it.
Can't do heat. No.
Fuck, I don't know how people live in the tropics.
Mm-mm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a guy at work that he's the same way. Like, I'll be sweating. Everybody will be sweating, and he'll have a sweater on.
Mm.
It's like, man. And he's just like, oh, I'm loving this weather. This is more like it. I'm like, you're out of your mind. It doesn't even make sense.
Roommates same way. Yeah, jeans and like a longer, thick sweater. I'm like, Ashley, how the hell are you doing that? It's like, oh, it's fine. It's like, no, I'm sweating,
No.
dying, and just a t-shirt over here. How the
Yeah.
hell?
There's a guy who works at the barbershop next door.
Yeah.
He's literally like outside talking on the phone like all day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see him whenever I drop Carly off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always on the phone.
Literally like for
Oh.
8 hours he's outside.
I wonder
Standing there.
who he's talking to.
I don't know.
What he's talking about.
But I'm like, man,
Mm-hmm.
like I get maybe being on the phone for 8 hours, which is whatever, do what you want to do. But like
Yeah.
Yeah.
standing out in like 34 degrees
30 degrees weather,
and
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, you got air conditioning inside in the back room. Why don't you just go in there?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, some people like the weather, I
I
guess.
guess.
I'm not definitely not built for it. I know that much. It's, I'm not made for it.
No. Well, you like have like the air conditioning like at like 19 or 20 inside the store.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, it's like nice. It's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a fridge in here.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
yeah. Then you come out into plus 35.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just a wall of sweat and
Yeah.
death.
Just real heavy on
This
you.
heat all of a sudden. It's still, oh, God. Oh. Yeah.
Instant migraine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't figured it out, we are recording this, of course, on Canada Day. So happy. Hopefully you had a good Canada Day since you're
Yeah.
listening this on the 2nd. And of course, that means it's a new month. So we're going to be talking about all the games we played and all the TV shows and movies we watched in June. So let's start off with video games. Have you guys been playing any video games in June?
Nothing new still. Still playing the good old Age of Empires and Heroes 3. That turn-based game I usually play, and then nothing really too much. Video games, not so much this month. It's every weekend this last month has been like something going on. So
Yeah.
every free moment I had, I was either doing something else or wasn't really playing games. No, so
Yeah.
it's been a tough month for that. Especially summertime's always tough for
Mhm.
me for that. It's tough to something's always happening every weekend, so
Right.
never around to sit down and play a game. Gotta go do something else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of hit I was playing Mass Effect 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why, I just kind of like hit a wall, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'll come back to it. I haven't gone back to it, but probably
Mhm.
will. And then, just been playing, well, we all picked up Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
for the
replaying
summer
that
sale.
again
It's
since
$11 on
Yeah.
Steam.
Yeah.
I played that hard back when it came out in 2014, and playing it again has been a fun trip down memory lane,
Oh,
and
it's awesome.
I love it. I absolutely love that game. Yeah,
It's
and
quite
so
fun.
fun. Yeah.
Brings back good memories. Not even with like Carly, like she's getting good at it too. So that's really nice.
I was
enjoying
nervous at first if she wasn't good at it, she wouldn't play as much. But now she's doing great at that game, so it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like came out like end of PS3, Xbox 360, and like got ported to PS4,
PS4,
Xbox One. But like you look at it now, especially on PC, because it's like you can't tell that it's a 7-year-old game.
No, you can't.
No.
Like
it blows my mind still. That game was like 50 gigs to download it and play it with. I've downloaded it within an afternoon, but perfect. But like Warzone and Call of Duty 4 is like 4 times the size, and yet like the gameplay and like the atmosphere in the game is, I find, just as good, if not better, than Call of Duty at times, because like a multiplayer, it's still with the explosions going off, with stuff happening, and you're just so engrossed in it. It's great for that.
Audio, you can't even.
Audio is phenomenal.
Like in Battlefield, it feels like you're actually there, man. Like you can hear the echoes like right back here, like when people are calling stuff out, and you hear jets flying off, like and it like startles you still, because it's like it's just so.
The sniper shots, you can kind of direct them. Oh, that came from that area. You can kind of look and see just the ricochet, how it sounded when they tried to shoot you.
You hear the ricochet and that snap. That no, it's awesome.
Amazing audio in that game. Yeah, really,
it's so much fun.
Yeah, we played the Shanghai
skyscraper
map yesterday.
Yeah,
and our goal was to blow up the tower.
Yeah, the whole game figuring that out. Like, how do we blow it up?
The 4 pillars. I didn't realize that's how you do it. Now every time we're on that map, that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to throw my C4 on there and then suicide, and then do it again, or respawn, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
How many like C4 did it take?
We didn't count this time. No,
it probably took about 15. I'd say 15 C4s.
Really?
At least on each pillar.
So best is like to get a tank or something.
That's what
a tank and just keep hitting it. Boom,
every video I saw
boom.
how to do it was a tank. You just have a tank on the one shoreline, just keep hitting the pillars on the far end just till they go down. Yeah. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always cool.
That was fun. That was fun. Awesome.
Especially if you're like on top of the tower and all of a sudden you just like hear the alarm going off and then just like, what's happening? And then you just like, you see the skyline kind of shift. It's like,
well, for me,
I'm at an angle right now.
For me, it was really cool because I only played this game. I played it when it came out on the 360 on our shitty internet back at the farm. So when that would happen, it would just lag like crazy. So I can never actually see it fall. It just like kind of jitter. Yeah, exactly. And it's gone. Rubble. I'm like, finally, it was nice to see it like fall in high definition. I'm like, awesome.
I didn't get out of the way fast enough. I just kind of looked up and I saw all the people like falling out of the building, like 30 people like just kind of falling down. And I'm just like, yeah, we did it. And it landed right on top of me. And that was it. It's pretty sweet. And Carly just like, oh, I'm jumping off. She's like freaking out.
You see parachutes?
It's sweet.
Yeah.
We're easily amused. It was awesme.
It's an awesome moment.
I mean, so like, 7 years later, not many games are doing that kind of crazy stuff. So
Right.
Now you have Battlefield 2042. It's like, we're putting a tornado in the game. It's like, awesome.
Nice, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be sweet. That's going to be a good time. For sure.
Yeah.
I never played 5. But 5, I heard, was underwhelming for what it was. So,
that's the only one I haven't played.
Yeah. Played the hell out of 2 and 3 a lot. And then 4, even more. And then 5 came out. I wasn't in the mood to kind of go back to World War II.
No, what about 1?
Never played 1. No,
I played 1. I played the story mode, and it was way too short.
My first game into Battlefield was Bad Company 2.
Oh, Bad Company 2 was amazing.
That one was what got me into it, and then from there it was like, I'm playing all these from now on. Yeah.
They should make another Bad Company. They should make a Bad Company 3. That storyline and the characters were hilarious. Were great. That was a fun and funny game. Yeah, it was
the multiplayer was very unbalanced. There was definitely a lot of because they gave the medic the revive to the LMG class, so you just have guys who would camp down and just shoot with a minigun, and buddy would die, respawn. And
really?
Oh yeah, it was very unbalanced. So everyone was a heavy machine gunner. It's like it's a little doesn't make sense there.
Yeah.
That's funny actually.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, is that it for video games?
Well, I played this new game called The Order. I don't know if you guys even heard of it.
No.
It's this really weird art style. It's kind of like Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain, where you make choices for your character. And you actually unlock abilities to like be able to tell.
Not The Order 1886.
That's what I was thinking too. What's the werewolf hunter?
Hold on. Let me make sure that I got the name of it right.
Yeah, Order. I was thinking
the Council. I lied.
Council,
The Council. The Order.
The Order is what I'm thinking too. Like the one with the werewolf game. Like that was like super shitty. Yeah.
You're part of the Order. That's what.
Yes.
That's where you're from. It takes place in like the 1800s ish, and you're part of this Order. You don't really know what it is, and your mother is missing, but you're like all these esteemed individuals are invited to like this island in Europe somewhere. I don't know where it is, but like the Pope is there, George Washington's there,
Oh my God.
and Napoleon Bonaparte's there. All this stuff too, and there's like something weird's going on, and you're kind of there to investigate. Like you play this really scummy, greasy investigator that like does paranormal investigations and stuff too, like supernatural stuff, and it's like you have to unlock different abilities, and you do certain types of drugs to be able to figure stuff out too, and like puzzle solving. It's really weird, but it's actually like amazing. And you have like you can confront somebody if you want information, and you got to spend like intelligence points to get through to somebody, or you can upgrade like your dominance, like if you want to be really like sarcastic and try to unlock it that way and make them kind of confess eventually by manipulating them. I guess they call that one manipulation. Then there's intimidation, where you just basically yell at them to the point where they just give it up and whatever, right? Or just like bribery or whatever, right? Like, it's actually really fun. And I've been doing really terribly for the first chapter. I've just been screwing up like crazy. So, and then everybody has a weakness, like the servants that work at this establishment that you're at, they're easily manipulated. So, like, you can threaten to tell their boss that you're not whatever, and then they'll give you like little bits of information that you need, and yeah, it's fun. It's really fun.
How'd you hear about this game?
It was on sale, and I saw the weird art style. I'm like, oh, this looks really bad, like really dumb. And then I watched the trailer for it. I'm like, ooh, this actually looks really good. And I'm like, what are the reviews? Oh, the reviews are actually really good too. I'm like, well, I'll check it out. It's almost like you know those guys that make like The Walking Dead and the Batman. Telltale game. It's almost identical to that, but it's not Telltale, but it's very close to the same idea. But yeah, within the first 5 minutes, you make a pivotal decision that, you know,
directs the
whole story pretty much, like right off the hop, and like all these crazy things happen, and there's definitely going to be multiple playthroughs on different things that can happen. So I kind of did that. There's 5 chapters. I did the first one, and I'm just like, oh, I fucked that up so bad. So I'm like trying to determine whether I should start over or just keep going.
Have you ever looked into the game Disco Elysium?
No.
I think you might like that. It's like a very like story-driven game, like choices and stuff, and you like, like your character has like stats too, and like I think you're a detective in the game or something like that.
Okay.
I've heard of it. I didn't see it yet though.
It's kind of an indie game, so it's kind of got like this kind of hand-painted, drawn kind of like look to it.
Right.
And I don't know if there's voice acting. I think there is, but it's kind of more like just kind of like a older RPG where they like flip back and forth between the two.
Right.
Over the shoulder, back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but from what I heard, like it's like a fantastic game. Like it got like nominated for Game of the Year in a lot of places. And
I can't remember what it looks like offhand, but I've heard that name before. Heard good things about it. So,
Disco Elysium. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's about it though.
Yeah.
Let's move on to TV shows, movies we've been watching. Of course, big one we've all been watching is Loki.
Yes.
Me and Tyler have only seen the first 3 episodes. Eric's seen all 4 so far.
All 4 current ones, yeah. Just came out yesterday, so yeah. It's just, I guess, keep thinking it's the weekend when we're recording this. Like, no, it's only.
I feel like this is like a Sunday or something.
It does, yeah.
So I'm all messed up.
Same, yeah. This holiday
day off in the middle of the week just
messes it all up.
Throws me for a loop.
Yeah. So
what have you guys been thinking of it so far?
Loving it.
I love it.
Love it. It's I'm loving the art style. Loving the direction, the pacing of it. It's been great.
And Owen Wilson's awesome.
Yeah.
His character, he's doing a really good job.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a good couple twists in there too that I really like, and it's awesome. There's no dull moments for me at all.
No, it still leaves you like thinking like, hey, well, what's really happening though? You still want to figure out what's going on behind the scenes, and you think the people who know the answers don't know everything still, so you're still not sure what the hell's going on. And so
I find it's like a lot more dense of a show than the other 2 shows have been.
Oh, for sure.
Like the first one is literally like there's like no action in the first episode.
Nope.
It's literally just talking.
2 guys in a room talking about.
And it was
stuff.
still engaging to me. Like it was still awesome.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I really love the art style too. Like
same.
Like when they showed off that like It must have been a painting or something, or like a diorama or something when they show like the city or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this is like super old, like sci-fi looking.
You remind me of the
and
Jetsons.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
art
kinda
style,
like that.
that 50 futuristic art style, like the Fallout style. Yeah,
Everything's white and like kind of round, and
rounded
like, spires
corners, and
yeah,
Right.
it's like,
yeah, very orange and brown toned.
Yeah.
and it's
yeah, like really cool art direction in that.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, they're being paid well. Those guys making those movies, they know what a good art style is. Yeah, no, it's good. No, I'm halfway through the season now. I think it's 8 episodes, right? So
I think so.
yeah, so
I think
episode
that
4
sounds
would have been the mid
Sounds right.
season here, and yeah, this last episode was the really big like all this stuff happens, and you definitely gotta watch it there. So
Oh, I might have to. Right
Yeah.
after we're done this.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
I would.
And Owen Wilson loves jet skis.
Jet skis, all
You
the
love
memes
jet
coming
skis,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
That meme of Putin being like, get this man a jet ski. And it shows Owen Wilson like photoshopped on a guy on a jet ski. Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
cool. That's
Yeah.
very good.
So of course, if you're probably a fan of the MCU, you're already watching Loki.
Watch it just for Tom Hiddleston himself. He's so
he's
great
great.
in the show.
He is.
Like does the character so well, and he's passionate with the character too. You can just see it when he plays him. Like it's like he's like an Robert Downey Jr. He makes the character his own, and because it life, it's so good to see that with these actors and characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so funny. Like was it the first or second episode where he's like talking about like stabbing people in the back. He's like, I would never stab someone in the back. Such a boring form of betrayal. It's like you literally done it like 40 times.
You've done it twice.
Well, I'd never do it again.
Yeah, well, I'd never do it again. Exactly. Just lie upon lie. Layers of lies all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he
quite
plays
good.
it so well. Yeah, it's good
Yeah.
seeing that. Yeah.
You've literally stabbed me in the back like 40 times. It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic show.
Great
Hopefully.
show.
A lot of good laughs, too. Lots of, good twists. Especially in the third episode when they find out that they weren't created or born there. That they're all,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's like, oh,
That's
That's-
oh, shit.
another shit there. Yeah, it's
it's like, oh, maybe there's a reason why Owen Wilson likes jet skis for some. You know?
Right?
maybe. Yeah.
Hopefully they expand on that. The jet skis, I have to know. You've made it canon now.
Yeah.
The jet skis.
That's so stupid. Like, why do you have a jet ski magazine? It's like, it's the perfect machine.
As soon as he said that, I'm like, oh, what is this? What's happening now?
so good.
Yeah.
It's like, you never ridden one though? It's like, no. Like, what?
Then what? Yeah, exactly. So dumb.
Yeah. Any other shows you guys been watching or movies that you've seen?
I honestly haven't
No. Eh?
No.
dabbled in too much.
Rewatching Friends again, because why not? I always enjoy watching Friends. And The Last Dance again. I binged
Last
that
Dance
this
again,
this
eh?
month. I just something to watch. So.
I might rewatch that since
Yeah.
it's been a year since it's been out.
I finished listening to an audiobook, another Warhammer one, but yeah, that's about it.
Good. Yeah.
Well, I've watched some stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you watch, Scott?
I watched in movies. I watched the sequel to Sicario. I watched Sicario, Day of the Soldado.
I still have yet to watch.
And
the
it was
first
good?
one.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Better than the
Like,
first?
No, but it's like if the first one's like maybe like a 9 out of 10, this one's like an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh,
Wow.
just to say, like,
That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good then.
like
yeah,
it's
not
like
much.
it like you're missing like that like kind of dynamic with what's her name, Emily Blunt. But you still get Benicio del Toro where he's just being,
And Josh Brolin too, right? He's in those ones.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, he
I know,
reprises his role.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a bigger part in this one because
yeah.
but yeah, they're like the plot of it essentially is like all of a sudden these terrorists blow up this shopping mall in Texas, and they're like, well, how the hell did these terrorists get into the country? And they figure out that they've been flying to Mexico and then crossing the Mexican border with other Mexican like refugees and stuff like that, or illegals, and so it's like, okay, well now it's like, well, the only people who are flying terrorists into Mexico are like the drug cartels or something like that. So they're like, okay, we're gonna start a drug war between the cartels. So their objective was to essentially like kill somebody on one side, and then they're gonna kidnap, like this is the DEA doing this, or the CIA or whoever. It's like they kill like one people on one side, and then they go and like kidnap the daughter of like the head honcho, the boss of the other cartel. And yeah, it's just like you get all the same like awesome points of the first Sicario, where it's just like anytime like the border is such like an important role in this, because it's like as soon as you go across the border into Mexico, you just like start getting like tense, because it's like now they're in danger or something like that. And
there's no help coming for them. This is it.
Yeah, like they're in danger now, and then it's like, but then like the same thing is like they're fleeing or something like that, and then they cross back, and it's like, okay, home base, we're safe. Yeah. Where it's like, so it's like such a cool like dynamic to that movie,
right?
And yeah, Benicio del Toro, he's just fucking badass. He's like shoots the gun like he like holds it, and he just like like shoots it like so fast. It was like, that's the dumbest way to shoot a gun, but it looked so fucking cool. Yeah.
That's how you shoot a paintball gun, man. You just fucking rock the trigger. That's literally how you do it. It looks silly, but it works.
So yeah, if you watch the first one, sequel.
I love the first one. The first one was so intense for me.
Are they on Netflix?
That whole
it's on Netflix. Okay. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Still on Netflix. Okay. Well, since you watched it, because I didn't really know. I'm like, well, I mean, I didn't hear too much about the sequel. Like, I mean, I know Josh Brolin's still in it. Emily Blunt's not in it this time. I'm like, oh, that's kind of shitty, because she was awesome in the first one. Then, but Benicio looked like kind of like a badass. It's like, ooh, I could use more.
It ends, and then I think they're making a third one too. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nice. Different director though, right?
Yes, different director. I think same writer, but different director.
Okay.
Because the first one was Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
Masterful director.
Yeah. Then I watched Black Klansman. Which is a Spike Lee joint.
Seen that a few months ago. Yes, great movie.
That is, it is like hilarious, and also like messed up, because it's also like this is based on a true story. It's like, man, what the fuck's wrong with people?
Right.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the main character, I forget the actor's name, but it's Denzel Washington's son.
Yeah.
And he does a great job. And then the other main character is like his partner or whatever.
Adam Driver.
Yeah. And he's fucking awesome in this movie, because he's like, he plays the undercover agent. Like, he goes actually to the KK meetings. And it's just like so much racist shit gets like said in the movie, and you're just like can't help but laugh. It's like, I kind of equate it to like you're watching John Wick, or like a super hyper violent movie where just like somebody's head gets like beaten in with a pipe or something. You just like, you can't help, like your immediate response is just to like to laugh at it, like,
because the same way.
Yeah,
something super depressing happens, everyone's quiet. I'm just like. But I'm not loud. It's not funny.
It's just a reaction.
Yeah. But it's just, you're just like, like when people laugh at a funeral. It's not funny, but they so many emotions.
So it's like at one point, like Adam Driver like shoots at his partner to like keep in cover or whatever, and he like utters this sentence like super fast, and it's like the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life. Like the ways I'm just like, and I was like, oh, what did you just say? like it's just
another line too. Thinking of, I'm like, I did the same thing. I'm like, holy shit!
I might have to watch that one too. Jeez, I've been falling behind.
It's pretty awesome. I
recommend just like it. Not that it was funny that you said that, just the fact like that was so out there and you weren't ready for it. I'm like, oh, whoa.
Yeah. But also you could kind of laugh, because it's like, he doesn't mean it. He's not actually racist.
No,
he's
no.
just doing this to like
to
cover his ass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
A perfect little snap decision like that worked out so well in his favor. But
there's also like some heavy parts to that movie too.
Yeah.
Like they definitely talk about like some real shit, and it's like, ooh.
A great movie.
Yeah. And then last movie I watched was Argo.
I still haven't seen it. I have to watch that one.
I
don't know why I haven't.
That one's really good. I didn't mind that one. I wish they would have shown us more involved, because it all takes place in the Canadian embassy over over there in Iran, but it never really shows us doing more. But we were more involved in it. So that was the one part with it. But I mean, otherwise, it was still really good. Though.
Yeah.
We did
interesting.
Yeah, we did a bit more than just house them. We actually were involved in the rescue mission and everything else. But well.
Basically, if you guys don't know, it's like these. The United States Embassy in Iran got like taken over
during the what was it called, the summer of the Muslim uprising or whatever it is. In Iran.
Essentially because like
Revolt, yeah.
we like the the United States like implemented a king in Iran who was just like evil dictator, like killing people and that sort of thing. And eventually the people just uprised and he fled the country and he fled to the United States or whatever because we were buddies with him. And then so then they were mad and wanted him to get returned and get tried for his crimes and all this other stuff. So then eventually they like just stormed the United States embassy.
Right.
And they took hostage of like everybody in there except for 5 or 6 people.
No, I thought it was more than that. It was like 8 or 10 to 13. There was a few of them where I thought. It could only be 5 or 6, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't many. Like, I don't think. It was just like a handful of people anyways. They decided, they were kind of like, well, shit's going south. Let's run. Let's leave now before shit gets bad. And they go to the Canadian embassy and they're hiding out there. And essentially it's just like the mission is to like extract them from there. And the whole thing was like, we're going to set up a fake movie.
Yeah.
We're going to set up a fake movie studio, a fake movie, get fake scripts. And the thing is like, this guy is the producer, what's his face? Ben Affleck's like the producer. He's going over there and the hostages or the people in the Canadian embassy are like the director and the scouts and all this other stuff. They're
production
scouting.
assistant.
Yeah,
And,
they're scouting
all
Iran as
crew
a location to
of the
shoot.
movie, yeah.
And then eventually they're gonna get him on a plane and get him out of there and that sort of thing. And it's like this is a dumb plan, but like but it's pretty intense.
When you watch the video, it makes sense. Like, all the other solutions were like, what the hell can we do to get these people out of there? Like something that was so
it's like
ridiculous that no one would think of, and it makes sense in a way. Yeah,
I think their other option was to give them bikes
and try to go across the border on a bicycle. Yeah,
300 kilometers they have to bike ride to the border. It's like that's not gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 white people on bikes, a little obvious in Iran. So it wouldn't work out too well.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I watched was a TV show. I'm currently watching it. I haven't finished it yet. Is Clarkson's Farm on Amazon Prime. So I kind of went back and watched like a few episodes of the Grand Tour. And Jeremy Clarkson, like one of the main guys on there. He started a new show with Amazon Prime where he's essentially like he owns a farm, like one of the biggest farms in all of England, and like the guy who had been farming it for him like retires, so he's like, well, let's make a show of me learning how to farm.
Yeah, he's not a farmer at all.
No.
Like, that was the whole thing with Top Gear and Grand Tour was like his co-hosts
James May and
Richard Hammond. They're much more outdoorsy, the farmer kind of lifestyle, where he was much more sheltered and more easy, a lot more laid back. Wasn't so much in for working hard. So for him, farming is a great concept. Yeah. I love those guys.
The first thing he does is like has to go buy. I gotta go buy a tractor. He doesn't know anything about tractors. He's like, I bought a Lamborghini tractor. Yeah, it's just like this massive fucking tractor, and everybody's like, "Your tractor's just too fucking big." He's like, and then by like 4th episode, like he keeps like breaking down like fences and shit, like gate posts and stuff because he can't fit through anything.
You can't fit through anything.
If somebody calls my tractor too fucking big, I'm gonna kick their ass.
Because he's very much like the showboater too, right? So the reason why I was big tractor because you have to buy the Lamborghini of tractors. That's his whole thing. If he wants to buy, when they're buying a car for one of their challenges, he buys the nicest, biggest car he can with the other 3. It's his whole personality with that. So him farming is a good one. Yeah.
So, like, as somebody, like, you might get even more enjoyment out of it because you might know a lot more about farming than I do, but it's, like, just, like, seeing this other stuff. And he's also, like, he's, like, farming sheep and stuff like that. So it's, like, showing, like, him, like, they're giving birth now. And then he's, like, reaching her vagina and pull the sheep out. And he's like, what?
Help pull the cat out, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, man. Like, I've never seen a sheep give birth before. You see it a lot in that show. And I was like, ugh. And you just see the fucking, like, fluid sack hanging out there. Just, like, big water balloon hanging. And I'm like, oh, that's the nastiest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Oh. That's, never pulled the calf, have you, boys? Yeah.
No. And I never will.
A couple, like, years ago when I was a kid, I've seen a couple times, but.
Yeah, no. You have to get
no thanks.
Get the ratchets out sometimes. Use a machine to pull them out. Pull them by their legs, so.
Yeah, pretty funny show.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it.
Well, now I have something to watch.
Yeah.
Clarkson's Farm. I'm watching that this month here. I'll see. Watch that. Watching some Top Gear clips too this afternoon too. So I really missed that show quite a bit. So now here's a new show. I'll watch that more. The Grand Tour, I didn't mind. I didn't like it as much. I found. I wasn't sure why. It just didn't click the same way that Top Gear did. I'm not sure why, but
all their specials are good.
The specials were the big thing. Like they go somewhere for like the few weeks they're touring around. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
So like I think they ended like that show Grand Tour, but they're just doing like specials like one a year. Mm-hmm. So they just came out with one like I think in December, which is like they go on like to find pirate treasure in Madagascar or something like that. Yeah. And they're just driving shitty vehicles
Burma
through
special,
like, the worst roads ever.
Yeah. Taiwan special. All their specials are always really fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just them making camp or struggling with their vehicles. They don't belong wherever they're at. Like Mercedes in the jungles, and it's always funny. Yeah.
Cool. Well, anything else you guys want to...
I watched Secret Life of Pets Part 2. I forgot about that. That's actually an enjoyable movie. I was like, who is this one dog? There's a dog on the farm. And Max is the main guy. It's Patton Oswalt does the voice of him. And he's got a cone on his head because he's getting into stuff and whatever, keeps hurting himself, so whatever. And he's like, and they go to visit, so the family goes to visit the farmer on the farm, whatever. So like Max and his buddy, the other dog, are there on the farm. Is actually the best part of the whole show is when they're on the farm because they're like they're city pets or household animals. And he's got the cone, and then something happens, and this fox comes in to try and attack him, and he gets pinned down, and all of a sudden the big guard dog, he's like a big Labrador of some kind, I think it's a Labrador, comes running up and just picks up the fox and just shreds him, freaking flips him around and throws him on. He takes off, spits the fro, and he turns around and he's like, "Hey kid, next time try putting up a bit of a fight." I'm like, whose voice is that? And then he's like, "Well, I couldn't really do anything, I got this cone on my head." He's like, "Then take it off." He's like, "Well, I can't." The owners, he's like, "What do you mean the owners are telling you can't?" He's like, what are you doing listening to your owners? He's like, "Here, I'll help you." And he goes and grabs the coin and rips it off. I'm like, whose freaking voice is that? And it ended up being Harrison Ford's.
Oh, wait.
I'm like, oh, nice. So he said, "Hey, kid." I'm like, it just sparked like,
whoa.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. I was like, oh, shit. That's Han Solo. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Harrison Ford. What? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, why? He was actually pretty good. Like even like the dog's face expression too is just like I don't care.
How long is that dog in the movie for?
He's in it for maybe screen time 10-15 minutes.
Okay,
it's
so
easy
like,
paycheck. I mean, and all those actors.
It's like
here's $5 million for a day's work.
Yeah, just come on into the studio.
Come into
say these
an
lines.
air-conditioned, climate-controlled studio. We'll give you whatever you want to sit there.
They probably
lines.
do it at
that's
home
why I looked
too.
at it
They
too.
just like send him the mic and like talking to this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I kind of figured the same thing too, but you could tell like I don't know. He didn't just read the lines and just do it because you can actually tell, but he actually did a.
Well,
it's
that's
like
easy.
So like when the dogs are leaving, like he helps save the sheep. So like he's trying to be cool, like the alpha dog, Max. So he's like, like one of the pigs gets out of the gate, starts eating these radishes, and then he's like, "Oh, we should go get what the heck's his name? I can't remember. Rooster. That's the name of the dog. The Harrison Ford's dog is Rooster. So we should go get Rooster. He's like, no, I'll take care. I got it. And he's like, "Hey, pig, get back in your pen." The pig just looks at him and just keeps eating the radishes. He's like, "Hey, don't ignore me." He's like jumping on him, whatever. And he's like, "Oh, I watched on the TV or whatever. Sometimes they'll twist the tails of the pigs to get them to go." And it's like, "Oh, I don't know, seems a little dangerous, but yeah, go ahead." So the dog, Max bites the tail, and the dog or the pig freaks out, throws him, hits the fence. The sheep escape, and so then Rooster comes back and he's like, "Hey, get back in your pens. What are you doing out here?" And he's like, "Turn around, get back in there." And he's like, "Wait, where's Cotton?" And it's like, "Oh, he went off into the forest." And he's like, "Who let you all out?" "Oh, the new dog did." And then looks at Max. He's like, "Why'd you let all the sheep out?" And he's like, "Oh, it was an accident. I didn't mean to." He's like, "Okay, you're coming with me." And so he's like, "Oh, okay, buddy, let's go." So he talks to his friend dog, and he's like, "No, just you." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like all scared. Like, it's the best part of the whole movie, man. So they go and then they save the little baby Cottonmouth. That's freaking hilarious. He's like on this tree on the side of a cliff, and he's like, "Cotton, what are you doing on that tree?" He's like, "There's apples on this tree." And he's like stuck on this fucking tree. And he's like, "I'm too heavy. Max, you gotta go get him." And he's like, "I don't think there's a..." "Go down there and get him. You're the one that started this whole mess. So he goes in and he's like, his foot's stuck. He's like, then unstuck it. It's so stupid. It's good. I don't know. I got some good joy out of it.
Yeah,
I would
recommend
recommend it. If you like kids movies, it's pretty good. There's 3 different stories going on. They'll kind of tie up at the end. Kevin Hart's voice is in it too, and he just yells the whole time. It's obnoxious.
Of course he's in it. Yeah.
Of course he's in it.
Yeah, he's the rabbit. Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Forgot he's in that movie.
First one is very forgettable, but this one was really good.
Yeah.
Is what's his name? James Corden also in it?
I
gotta be.
don't think so because he's usually in those movies.
No way.
No, he's too busy doing.
I'm more of a Sing guy. I can't wait for Sing 2.
Sing was awful, man.
I never saw it.
Joke. Bad
joke.
movies.
Terrible.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you have any recommendations for us, of course, send them our way. We'll love to hear from you guys and check them out.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll be back here Monday. So ask us a question. I'm doing the rigmarole all wrong here. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And if you're listening on a podcast service, give us a rating and subscribe to the feed. And then head over to our Facebook page, like the page, and ask us a question for Monday. Because coming up on Monday, of course, is Ask Us Anything. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you guys.